Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Don Olsen. I wish I could meet you in person, but this is how we're going to do it. And I'll introduce you to your syllabus and hopefully answer some questions of yours. Hopefully, if you have any more, you'll reach out to me and ask them directly. Here we go. Okay, welcome. This is basic design, two-dimensional design. Sorry about that. I'm Don Olsen. It's a 4-credit class. We're doing it online. It's originally a Tuesday-Thursday class, noon to 2:50, and this is the very weird spring 2020. As I say here, this is an online version. I'm usually a face-to-face type of teacher, but I'm getting flexible here. So as I say here, online version flexibility is the key. Please email me with issues and we'll work them out. We'll work out problems together. Thank you. I really hope you'll take that to heart. If you stay in contact with me and you got issues, we will work them out. Where there's a will, there's a way, and I'm planning on being quite flexible this term, as most terms I am. Anyway, my name's Don Olsen. Most people call me Don. There's my email address, donaldo@Clackamas, and there's my personal phone number. You can text me if you need to. Anyway, over here, course description, Art 115. This will acquaint students with the vocabulary of composition. This is a word we'll talk about a lot this term. And the elements and principles of design. Students will develop creative compositions and analytical skills through the projects and critiques. We'll examine historical and contemporary issues and ideas related to visual composition as well. And then over here, I do have a course calendar, although I put this big label over the top of it saying that it's very tentative and that to please see Moodle, our online classroom, for the most up-to-date calendar and due date info. And that is really what I want you to do. I want you to go over to that Moodle page, and I'll show you more about that later on. But out there you will see some semblance of a calendar. It will change and develop as our term goes, and I am, sorting some things out as we go, doing this online for the first time. So yeah. And then anyway, down here, this is some of the most important stuff, student learning outcomes. These are what you should have, skills you should have by the end of this course if you've been working hard and been with us the whole time. You'll be able to demonstrate understanding of design concepts, elements, and principles. You can articulate design concepts in self and group critiques of composition. So this is one of the more challenging parts, but talking about design and maybe not even revealing if you like it or not, but just being able to talk about what's working or what's not working or how it's working. 3, you'll utilize problem-solving skills in art and design. So I'm going to throw, and you're going to throw lots of problems your way, and you're going to figure out how those can be solved in creative, interesting ways, and probably multiple ways, likely. So 4, you're going to create original works of art that explore design and its connection to ideas, iconography, and or art. We'll be looking at lots of stuff. You'll be researching stuff, pulling stuff out, and doing it that way. All right, you're going to, number 5, have knowledge of historical and contemporary significance of art and design. That's a broad category, and art history does a good job of talking about some of that stuff. Excuse me. But we're going to dip our toes into that realm as well a little bit. 6, you're going to identify the historical and contemporary significance of art and design, and hopefully even give yourself some context as to kind of which artists maybe are influential to you or interesting to you. 7, you're going to use composition as a tool for self-expression. Again, composition is something we're going to talk about a lot in this class, but simplistically, it's where you put things in that rectangle, where you put things in that picture plane, and what that means and how it changes the meaning of the image. Number 8, you'll demonstrate skills in the use of materials for creating two-dimensional designs. So that means that you're going to be working with some paper and pencil, some ink, and some stuff like that during this term. If you are digitally savvy, you can do a lot of the stuff in a digital format. We can talk more about that later. And then finally, last but not least, you'll display your portfolio of original works of art. So you'll combine all the stuff that you've learned in this class and pull it all together so that you can kind of see it all in one place. Right here is the major topic outline. You can take a look at that. That's kind of what's been given to me. And kind of I've organized it in a little bit of a different way. Let's see, and then crawling back up here, I've got some grade information here. So for the grade distribution, I'm going to do 6 projects, 7% of your grade for each, so that combines for 42%. Then attendance and participation, of course, gets a little different with doing online education. So I will have some small assignments and things for you to do that will show that you were in attendance, and I'll be kind of looking for those on a weekly basis. That you're in there commenting on other people's things. That you're an active member of our class. And if you're worried about that, or worried about if I'm not seeing the stuff that you're doing, then just email me and communicate that to me, and then it'll be fine. Then of course we'll have that final portfolio. That's going to be worth 8% of your grade, and then we will have a midterm exam in the middle and a final exam at the end for you to do, and that should all add up to 100% total. And then I will add those up, and this is a grading scale Clackamas uses. And yeah, so if you're interested in earning an A, you have excellent effort in everything that you do, you have a strong commitment to improvement, you're not afraid to do things over again just to get it a little bit better. Students that are in the B range are showing a lot of creativity, they're trying new things, but maybe they're not quite taking it to the next level, they're not quite making it theirs, their own. And students that are in the C range, they're meeting the requirements, they're completing things on time, and they have an average amount of effort, but they're really not challenging themselves quite enough. And then D's and F's are below that, and starting to miss things or miss the whole assignment or things like that. So, okay. And then let's see, over here I usually show some previews of my projects, but this term I'm just again directing you to Moodle. Moodle will have all of these assignment sheets eventually for each project, and so that's where you can go to check those out. And you can kind of see, as I have here, some requirements and deliverables for each assignment, so that'll be really clear for you. And then I'll also line out exactly what I'm going to evaluate you on, so you'll be able to double check before you turn stuff in that you do in fact have it complete. Yeah. All right. So let's see, that's most of page 1. Again, with this calendar, you can get some idea of where we're going to go, but things may shift around a little bit as we do this. So, okay, so that's our front page of this here. I'll show you the whole thing here. Yeah, basic design, 4 credits. Yeah, I think I did most of that. Yeah, personal info. So. And of course, I'll have a copy of this syllabus also out on Moodle for you and to look at and all that. Okay, then on the back side of the syllabus is a bunch of more stuff, and I'll let you kind of, excuse me, look through that on your own. Academic dishonesty, attendance policy, a lot of these things kind of get asterisks next to them during our online thing, but all of these offices have ways of being, excuse me, ways of being open, and these contact emails will still work, and so you can go into those as you need to. One that I do want to push a little bit is this Moodle help. If you're new to Moodle, doing some of those courses that get you familiar with the basics of Moodle would definitely be a good idea, since we'll be using Moodle kind of as our main classroom this term. Let's see. Also, if you're having trouble, with money or food, things like that, we have services that can help you with that stuff too. All right, well, that's a quick run through of the syllabus for Art 115 Basic Design. I've probably forgotten things, and maybe that's all right, because you'll hopefully be bold enough to ask me questions about things you're still wondering about, and I will, unless it's personal, I'll answer that question for everyone so that we'll all be able to know. So I'm excited to get to know you better and work with you this term. So thanks a lot.